Hi, I'm Bruce Gibson, also known as the Gizz, here with you today with another version of Tale of the Grape. From the last video, we received a lot of comments back, and I thank you for that, and a few questions. One gentleman, actually stationed in Afghanistan, asked if we could do a proper way to order a bottle of wine in a restaurant, because he doesn't know how to do that. He feels uncomfortable when he goes and is kind of caught up in all the mystery of wine. So this is what I do when I go to a restaurant and have dinner. Generally, I kind of know what I'm gearing up for food in a restaurant. If it's one I've been to before, unless they have some specials. But I'm generally a meat kind of guy. Once in a while I'll do duck, lamb, if they have it, crown roast especially. But I try and get the things that I don't get at home. So anyway, when I go there, I check and see what the other people are having. And sometimes it's 2 bottles of wine that we request. After we decide amongst ourselves what we want for food, and the gentleman or lady comes and asks us about drinks from the lounge, I would ask for the wine list first, and after perusing the wine list, decide which wines we want. And before giving the cocktail order, or even the appetizer or food order, I order the wine. Why? Because in a restaurant, the longer you have the wine open, the better it's going to taste. At home, it's easy to open a bottle 2 hours beforehand, 45 minutes if it's white. And when I order the wine, I also ask for a decanter. If it's 2 bottles of wine, I ask for 2 decanters. So when the waiter or waitress brings the bottle of wine that was ordered, the first thing they usually do, and I'll be the waiter at this point, or waitress, but I'm a guy so I'll be the waiter, they present the bottle of wine to you. Now why do they do that? They want you to verify that this is the bottle of wine you ordered before they open it. So you nod your head and say, yes, that's the wine I ordered. And then they will, usually I just rip the foil off, the capsule, but in this case I'll show you probably what they will do. They will go and below the lip, they will circle with the knife almost all the way around. Some places it will go all the way around, and then lift up the capsule part that they've cut, and it usually is like that. Some places like to cut out the middle so they can put the cork there, make it look fancy, but let's just rip it off. Close the knife, and what I usually do is I'll look at the top of the cork before it's removed to see if there's any muck, any mildew, any stains. If there is stains, that kind of tells you that maybe there's a problem with the wine. This one happens to be clean, and then the cork will be entered. And this is a double clutch corkscrew, if you can see it. Let me get a little closer. It's a double clutch because there are 2 edges to put on the bottle to lift the cork out. That's the first one. It brings it out halfway, and then you lift it up for the double clutch and go the rest of the way. As you see, this is a Sangiovese today. I picked this wine because it's a wine that will go with Thanksgiving meal. Some people say, oh, a red wine? Well, yeah, you've got a lot of sauces and meat stuffings and a lot of things that red wines will go with. It's a softer red wine, this particular one. Sangiovese is the grape that all Chiantis are made from. And some Chiantis, if they have some age to them, will be softer and whatnot. So, that's the opening. They will then remove the cork from the screw, and they will present the cork to the person who ordered the wine, whether it's male or female. Why do they do that? 2 reasons. Before they pour the bottle, they want you to approve the fact that it's probably a good cork. This one is, because there are, again, no stains up the edge. Let me set the bottle down for a second. If there was a stain up the edge of the cork, that probably means that wine has penetrated the cork, that's the coloring, and if it goes all the way through the cork, it means that if wine has gotten out, probably oxygen has gotten in. If that be the case, be extra careful of when they pour it for you to try. Okay, I'm going to set these down, grab the glass, and the waiter will then pour just a little bit for the person who ordered the wine. One thing I will do at this point is, in reality, this is the way to do it, as long as you don't have any hand cream or perfume on your hands. And why would you have hand cream on your hands? Maybe you were holding the hand of your date. Maybe she had hand cream. But you don't want any foreign smells or aromas in that wine. Then I bring the wine up. Ooh, that's nice. And if it's nice, I'll nod to the waiter. He will then go around, if it's fair etiquette, and pour everyone else a glass who wants a glass of red wine, and then come back and top me off. At this point in time, I will also say, I'll take the cork, hand it to the waiter in a serious way, and say, dice it and put it in my salad, please. He'll look at me strangely. My wife gets perturbed at this, but oh well. And then I say, no, just joking. I'll keep the cork. So, that is the proper, as far as I know, and as far as I care, that's the proper way to order wine in a restaurant. Now with the decanter, I would then pour half of the bottle of wine in the decanter. This is, quote, before they pour the other people's wine. You can do it this way. So it breathes, or if they pour it around the table, then it's going to breathe inside the glass. The only problem with, if you allow the waiter to pour everyone's wine, is that they will then take and start drinking the wine before it's really ready. That's why the decanter is so important. White wines, you can get away with pouring the wine in the glasses. You don't need as much breathing time, and it'll come around to temperature. Generally, white wines are too cold when they're served. Don't use ice. I would suggest that it just stays at room temperature and you don't rechill the white wine. Red wine is at room temperature anyway. So I hope that answers your question, Sean D. And if you have any other questions, anybody out there, please ask or leave comments on the blog, on this post, if you would. Well, from another version of Tale of the Grape, I'm the Gizz, and I appreciate the fact that you're tuning in, but please ask questions. Don't be afraid. It also gives me an idea of another post, another video. All right? Thanks an awful lot. Sayonara.